Okay, so at this point we're going to go through a demo of the technology. So we're going to go through a workflow process. You can see it here on the right. Um, it's a 4-step process, but it could go on for a lot longer. So in step 1, we're going to have Gary, who's a merchandising manager at VT Living. Um, he comes upon a problem where he is out of a certain type of inventory, which leads him to find a new vendor called Asterix Enterprises. So Gary submits a form which initiates a process by sending an email to Asterix Relations Manager Keith Valoria. So Keith is going to receive an email from Gary. The engine is going to automatically send this email based on the form that Keith sends out, and Keith is going to be prompted with another electronic form where he will sign up as a vendor for Gary's company. The form is then routed to Lauren Beeler, who's Gary's manager at VT Living, who logs into VT Living's supply chain management portal and reviews the form. Lauren will accept the form or the application at that point, and then the process will move on from there. So let's take a look at that. So he's the merchandising manager. So he's in charge of keeping everything in stock. So maybe one of the reports that Gary has is so he's going to have an inventory report that he can pull up through his portal. So Gary's going to pull up his inventory report here, and he's going to see he has a problem. Futon World, his supplier, have they have nothing in stock from that particular supplier, and additionally they have 5 oak futons, 2 maple futons, and 2 futon covers that are on back order. So he sees a real problem here with the supply chain. So he needs to do something about it. So Gary's going to do some research, and what he's going to find is there's this company called Asterix that that is in the right space in the right market for providing them, his company VT Living, with futons. So what he's going to do is he's going to one of his tasks that he can initiate is called a recruit a new supplier. So Gary's going to open up his recruit a new supplier form. He's going to open up his recruit a new supplier form, and he's just going to have some basic information that he needs to fill out that he may have already collected from doing his research on who can supply the futon the best for them. So he knows that that this contact named Keith is from Asterix, and he's going to fill out just this simple form saying that he needs to contact Keith. So he's going to fill out a comment explaining why they're recruiting a new supplier, and that's all he has to do. So he's going to hit submit. At this point, Keith is going to get an email. The system will automatically email Keith, and Keith is going to get a nice letter from VT Living asking if they want to join VT Living as a vendor. So I'm going to go ahead and log out of the portal, and maybe Keith's company uses the portal technology as well. So he's going to log into his corporate portal. And Keith, his corporate portal is obviously going to look a lot different than Gary's. He's going to go to his page where he has his email inbox, and he's going to see here that he has a new that he got a notification from Gary. So he has a full list that the system the full email that the system generated, asking him if he wants to join VT Living as a vendor. So let's say Keith is interested in that, and he decides to say, okay. He's just going to click on that link that's already in his email, and it's going to go to VT Living's workflow engine and open up the vendor enrollment form. Now at this point, the workflow engine could do some pre-population, so maybe some of the information that's already been collected for Keith's company is already selected in the fields. So Keith is going to fill out the required information in this onboarding form, and at this point he might have to click a digital signature. So at this point, he's signing a legally binding document. And he's going to go ahead and hit submit. So at this point, the workflow process continues, and it continues on to Gary. Gary's going to get a notification that Keith filled out the form. His notification really is just to keep him in the loop of what's going on. There's actually not really an action item for him to complete, but he's going to see the completed form that Gary gave.